We'll call today's meeting to order. Jen, will you do a roll call, please?
Tom McDonald.
Here.
Len Tooteeth. Jennifer Finley. Here. Jim Molitaire. Carol Langford. Harry Pitts. Bing Matt. Ellie Bundy. Martin Charlo.
Present.
Mike Dolson.
I'm here.
James Steele Senior.
Lem Lepsch. Okay. Well, that's quicks, everybody. Start today off with the prayer. Terry, can I ask you to lead us in a prayer?
Creator, we're so thankful for this opportunity to be here. We're thankful for the moisture we're receiving. Pray that those that are traveling will be safe. We ask you to watch over our membership from the youth to the elders. We ask that they'll be able to find strength, be able to find guidance to keep them abreast to things of life and have a safe day. We're thankful for the creation of this area and that we are very important to preserve and maintain and watch over. We ask that we'll be worthy to receive guidance to make the decisions that best serve us for today, tomorrow, and the future. Thankful for our colleagues and their wisdom, and together we ask that we make strong decisions. Say these things in Creator's name. Amen.
Lem Lepsch, Terry, thank you. All right, we have minutes from October 26th for your consideration. With Abby Len's here now.
Good morning.
Motion to approve.
Meetings, just text me.
Motion by Martin to approve the October 26th
That's all I need.
council minutes with corrections. Second by Len. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all's in favor? Okay, we have 9-4. Jimmy's abstaining. And Bing is on travel status. So we will go to our agenda. Is there any additions to the agenda? Oh. Yeah, Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm leaving for travel at 10. I would like to get an update from Greg Spar as soon as possible about year-end closeout and probably move into executive.
Okay. So we'll go ahead, Jen. Executive, okay. Any other modifications to the agenda, additions? Seeing none? Motion by Terry, second by Len. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous? All right, we will go to the first walk-in. No, executive? Okay. Yep.
So we were notified by the personnel department that, there were, in regards to the Mission Valley Power Utility Board, there were two applicants and they were, currently the incumbents were the only applicants for this board position. And so personnel is wanting to know if council wants to just reappoint or do you want to do interviews? I would support just reappointing. Everybody all right with that? Yes.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'd make a motion to reappoint Teresa Wall McDonald and Mike McKee to the Mission Valley Power Utility Board.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Second by Jennifer. All in favor? Opposed, same. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I had.
Thank you, Len. All right, first on our agenda, if they're available. will
We
be-
have Whitney, but Mary Rose is out
Oh,
front.
well, we could do bump Mary Rose up. Whitney's not available. Remind you all, get your snow tires on. This is the kind of winter where you get a lot of ice, black ice. Get some cutting edge tires or some studded. Go ahead, Mary Rose, come on up. We're gonna pull you ahead of schedule because of we love you and we're bumping you up. Yeah, Squex, you gotta push the button on the mic and we can go ahead. Right about, there you go.
Oh, okay. That's quick, special. I don't got the sheets in front of me, but, oh, there it is. So what we're doing today is looking for approval or your blessing to go forward with full abatement of the Custata Hall up in Elmo. In 2019, we did a phase 2 assessment on the building. We've had a couple meetings with the elders and they had said they wanted the building to stand, and I believe SKMM was talking about going and taking it down. And then when I talked with Vernon and I talked with SKMM and let them know that we were already working on that building, Vernon had expressed that he would like it fully abated, which whether they take it down or keep it up, we would need the asbestos out of there either way. So I have the funds right now to fully abate the asbestos out. And we'd like to move on it quickly, means I got the funds.
So no matter what happens, that has to occur.
Yeah,
No matter what future
Exactly.
is, that has to happen.
Exactly. And being as I have the funds right now, would probably be the best time to go ahead, go forth with it.
Martin? Might as well.
The one thing I would like to mention, once we do abate it in the old kitchen area, that flooring has to come all the way down, the subflooring come out. And so just be down to the beams there. So if they decide to reuse that, someone will need to find the funds to re-put that flooring in the old kitchen. So, and then the rest of it will be down to the subfloor, but that's not gonna be as big of a cost as abating asbestos on your own or on their own.
I guess, yeah, I mean, I'd make the motion to do the abatement or have an RD, Mary Rose's program. Do the abatement with mentioned funds for the Custata Hall, Elmo.
Second by Terry. Discussion, go ahead, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hey, Rose, is this money also available to abate the bathhouse?
We could if that's what you guys wanna do.
Cool.
I heard it was on SKMM's agenda, and I got with John Nice and spoke with him on the phone, and he's supposed to get me a list of buildings that he possibly wants help with. And I let him know that my process is a little longer than what SKMM does. I have to go through a site eligibility process, get it approved through EPA, so mine takes a month or two longer than what they can do, but yes, if you guys want help, I can do that.
That would be excellent.
Thank you, Mike, for bringing that up. Yeah, indeed, the tribal council is at the direction to square away the old hot springs bathhouse, and
Put
because
that back
it's
up
a
on-
hazard as it is, as it's standing.
So you would just like it fully abated, the asbestos?
Again, that's a requirement, no matter what direction we go, so yes.
Okay, I'll put that at
Ellie?
the top of my priority.
Lisa just sent out a report from SKMM and on the asbestos assessments, it looks like they're gonna do Hot Springs Bathhouse, Polson Old, Mission Valley Power, Pablo's People Center, Kicking Horse Dorms 1 and 2, and Mini Kitchen.
Thank you, Ellie. Oh, yeah,
Oh, I just wanted to add that they suspect lead in the bathhouse as well. Not just asbestos, but also lead.
with the old lead pipes. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous?
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lem Lem. Be safe out there. Watch out for that black ice this weekend. Those studded tires on. Or break out the old sawdust recaps. People go, what's that?
Break time.
Okay, break. Yay. You have to wait for the other folks to get her up. Quick break.
Ready?
Sure, I think so. We got critical mass in here. We'll reconvene after our break and we have Division of Fire. Good morning.
Good morning. So I'm just here for approval for capital equipment. The RTRO program was funded to purchase 2 vehicles, mini excavator and a trailer to pull that. This will be used for the RTRO projects along with fuels projects on and off reservation.
Carol,
Make the motion that we move forward with the capital equipment request.
okay, motion by Carol. Second by Jimmy. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous? Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Drive safe. Okay, next up is Peter. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Councilman McDonald and Tribal Council. This morning, we are seeking a collection permit approval at the Bison Range. This is related to,
Oh, a second, Jen?
is that better?
No.
Oh,
yours.
you said you can control the screen with the mouse there
Oh,
if you want to.
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, so we're seeking a collection permit this morning to do some soil carbon work at the Bison Range. This collection will include some soil samples and doing some plant surveys, which we won't be collecting any plants during those surveys, but we will be collecting some soil samples to understand some of the nutrient contents in the soils. This project is headed by a Salish Kootenai College graduate student, Sarah Holloway. So this is part of her thesis project.
Any questions from council? Motion by Martin to approve the request for the collection permit. Second by Ellie. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, show of hands. Unanimous?
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Now we're back ahead of schedule again. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move Jordan into Gary and Melanie's spot. So
Okay.
believe we need to go into executive?
Okay, we'll move into executive. Go ahead, Carol.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion that we authorize the department to make the appropriate moves to retain Dennis. The 3 dental positions. With the caveat that we look at it for the full organization. On Monday. What is the date? Monday,
The 6th.
6th.
Okay, motion by Carol to allow Tribal Health Department to provide retention pay for the 3 expired or temporary employment contract for permanent contract adjustments. Second by Jennifer. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you, Council, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the conversation on Monday. Look forward to it.
Thank you. And let's figure out those ways to expand the program even more, Gary. You got plans. You could just put a wall up and keep all those guys from Eastern Montana coming here, you know, that's impacting our service. Oh, yeah, put your mic down.
I'd like a bigger market too. I mean, it just makes sense if you're trying to attract. But Hot Springs is an underserved community. I wonder if we can expand it to everybody in the community. That way the numbers support some kind of clinic operations, not just restrict it to THLO.
So you would get revenue like third-party billing from those other people living in hospital. That's great. I mean, that's why I talk about the pharmacy program. That's what I'm talking about doing.
Coeur d'Alene does, right? With
Yeah.
with that Benoit.
Let's, there's no reason why we're not the healthcare provider for everybody on this reservation.
We run into the
Capture all of it.
challenge that there's not enough, I guess, customers to support a doctor over it because you're getting 2 visits a day. If we increase that population size, include the entire community as the eligible population. There you go.
Thank you, Joe.
And Dan would like executive.
Okay, we'll move back into executive. Legal department updates.
Maybe already.
All right, we'll come back into session after our lunch break. And gentlemen, JC, Homer, good to see you. You guys are staying healthy. Trying, huh? All right. Okay, what do we have today?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, your newsletter, yeah.
Well, you can change the page if you want. And I guess if everyone's done reading it, but we put this together. We usually do this every year. And this year we got our new adjutant has made a very detailed newsletter. When I do it, it was just a page or 2. Guess if everyone's reading.
Yeah, go ahead, Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council, and thank you both for taking the time to come visit with us today. Just a minor correction on your newsletter on the bottom. You have it as Joanne Tina Teeth. That's Joanne Two Teeth. That was my sister. And I really want to thank you all for the service, the military honors that you provided at her services. That meant a lot to the families. And in fact, on behalf of the membership, we really appreciate all of the military honors that you guys do. It just they're very meaningful, and it's just a great service that you guys all provide, and you guys need to know that. You need to hear that, and we look forward to your guys' participation in all of the events that take place. Not only funerals, but some of the other events that we really look forward to seeing you there. So, but anyway, I just want to just briefly mention that, and once again, thank you guys for your time. Your guys' time here today is very valuable to us.
Okay, well, thank you. We do what we can. And I guess that's one of the reasons we came today, was just wanted to thank you for everything you already do for us, and with our trailer and electricity and everything. So that's a big help for us. And we was just trying to honor some of our older veterans that have been falling out with us for years. I had made a letter here, but this is a newsletter, but we had a letter of all the guys that participated with over 20 years in the Mission Valley Honor Guard. And oh, okay, you got it there. No, we like doing, we post colors and be in the parades and everything we have. As the years go by, our guys are getting older and passing away. As a matter of fact, we have a funeral tomorrow for Roy Viejo, who was an older member. And we just was trying to think of a way of how we could recognize them around for Veterans Day or whatever you might think. It was just a thought on our part. I don't know what else I should say.
We've been recognized, some of our older veterans, with plaques. But after we got to looking at some of the veterans that have served with us for over 20 years, I think probably the kind of commitment and dedication and patriotism that they've shown to us, that I think we should be honoring them with a little bit more than a plaque. And that's why we thought we would try to identify, and it's really hard for us to do, like, where do you start and stop? Is it 10 years? Is it 15? Is it 20? Some of these people have had over 40. So they've spent the majority of their adult life in the military and continuing to serve the nation, community, and in the Honor Guard and in the Legion. And so this is kind of a first for us, requesting this kind of a thing, and nothing's in stone. We're not sure what we should give them, but I think we should give them something more than a plaque. Louis Blood, as an example, he went in the military and served. He's 20 years, got out, and has been with the Honor Guard ever since. He last served with us a couple of years ago. So several of these people have served and then continue to serve with the Honor Guard. Are in the 50-year category, late 40s. And some of these people have served till age 84. Louis quit a couple of years ago just because of health. We have Bill Orr was another one, and he didn't stay with us that long, but he fell out with us till age 84. Roy LeBear is still falling out. He's age 87. So we've got some people there that we thought we should recognize before they pass on in some fashion, or rather than a plaque.
Absolutely. Yeah, a very reasonable request to honorariums for people who are long serving in this service you provide for our veterans. And you can always count on you being there, and it does mean absolutely a tremendous amount for the survivors of those folks that have passed on. Carol?
I'm gonna say, you know, Ruthie has worked a long time with this, and before her it was Anna, and I know Ruthie and Jennifer. Maybe they could work some kind of an incentive, like a 5, 10, 15, 20 year, and then like every 5 years, we could give them the incentive, like, this is what I'm thinking. Like if you've served in the honor guard for 5 years, you would go 250, and if you've been there 10 years, it'd be 500, all the way to a stop at 1,000. In every 5 years, give out that amount. But I'd also like to see us, and I think Len brought this up about, and maybe Martin, about gas money. I mean, it's tight these days and it's hard. You know, I know you guys drive great big trucks, so to give you gas money to get where you're going, and a meal ticket, and give that money to you guys to distribute, not us, because it would be easier for you to identify who's going to be at each function, and then you could provide the gas if people need it. Some people won't take it, I'm sure, but some actually need it to, you know, they probably unlimited incomes, and that's what I was thinking. And I don't know if I'm way off base or if it's something that would help out, but I don't know what that budget amount, but I'm sure Ruthie could figure out something appropriate to give to you each year for that reason. And then the stipends for maybe an honoring like they do at the powwow, they would hand those amounts out. And you probably get a lot more people hopefully volunteering to help at the service. And I really appreciated, I don't know if it was the Mission Valley Honor Guard that was at the one at the golf course for my nephew-in-law, and it meant a lot. And I think that's all the family wanted, was the military, you know, the rights being given that you do when you go. So it meant a lot to the family. So thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Go ahead, Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. Yeah, there was a discussion about this a few months back, and I suggested that perhaps we have Mission Valley Honor Guard. We include Mission Valley Honor Guard in our annual budgeting process, where we just allocate one of the amount I suggested was we allocate $25,000 to the Mission Valley Honor Guard for your events. But I didn't know if that was going to create some kind of tax burden or implications to you guys, or how that worked with your SSI and everything like that. So I didn't know if that was something we were able to do, but but there's got to be something that we need to do in addition to help you all with like Carol mentioned, to attend all of the events, and you know, just to cover all of your expenses without having to deal with these tax implications. I don't know, Ruthie, did you have any suggestions or ideas that we can do? You want to come on up and share that with us?
We are nonprofit.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't want, we were just trying to throw out some ideas and solutions out there. So, but yeah, whatever we can do to further support you without having you guys to have those tax burdens, I would.
I'm at a loss. I don't know what I could do. I mean, too bad we didn't have Dan here, our lawyer.
Go ahead, Ruth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Homer and JC for coming in. So the background right now is we've been making an annual donation to the MVHG. And I think it was this year we doubled it. It used to be 1,000. And we were paying that straight to MVP to pay their utility bill. And this year, I understand it was issued direct to
The honor
one of
guard,
you
me.
for 2,000 for the increase. So whichever way our system is set up, them as a vendor, there's a tax ID on there, so it might be their personal one. Or if they've done like our organization does, we are a non-profit association and we have our own employee identification number. So when we receive that, we're not taking the individual tax burden for that. So that's a suggestion. As far as the annual budget, that's entirely at your discretion if you want to set that up to annually make that contribution. And if they are an independent nonprofit, then it is best that it's just like a pass-through donation. And then they can keep track of all their own information and expenses and payments and so on, so that they maintain the proper status of that. So it looks like right now the suggestion to recognize the service of the existing body, it looks like it would be up to like 4,000. So if you wish to do something about that in the immediate, then just let me know.
Okay.
And then we'll do some budget reallocation to get that in place. And if you want to do anything more than that, it's the same idea. Whatever we're intending to do, take that action and then just let me know. And
So I know some departments give out cash cards or gift cards, like Walmart gift cards, or do they or don't they? Maybe that, give me the eye here.
I'm glad you bring up the taxable issue. So another thing that I've been working on, because Jennifer had expressed to me that there was an intent to create just regular gifts and awards. And so I said, well, we better start writing some policies because we want to make sure we don't create tax and income reporting and all of these awful things that seem to arise as soon as you try to do something nice, you know, someone's going to have to pay. Because unfortunately, anytime you give away something, there's a tax implication. So as long as you're doing it consistently and you're not like giving away, you know, large sums of money or gifts, it's not a problem. So, you know, in that realm, if we are dealing with employees also, is also the tough one. Even if you gave me $10 just to say, thanks for showing up this week, it has to be reported on my income. But if you were to do that to him, it's different because it's such a minimal amount that they say, yeah, give him $10, either a card or even cash. So it just depends on to whom we're doing it as a tribe and for the purpose. So I don't foresee any problem if you want to create a budget for the entity this year. Sounds like you intend to continue that. So just be a matter of your decision on that and letting me know. I did see just one more thing. I guess there was an issue about the payment we did already make. So if that needs to be changed in some way, then we would just have them return that original payment and then we can reissue it back in a manner that is not going to cause any issues. Unless I didn't understand that right. There was something that I
Had
saw.
a comment. We didn't know when I got that check in the mail for 2,000 for the honor guard. I believe Homer called up and it was for the Mission Valley Power bill. So what I did, I just put it in the honor guard checking account and then I wrote Mission Valley Power a $2,000 check. We thank you for that. It really helps out.
I was still kind of looked at, that's still a discretionary donation, you know, that they can use for whatever they'd like. That's just kind of how it got started, was to pay that bill. Because I didn't understand that that was not the tribe's building. Well, it is, but they were allowed the use of it and then they were making them pay the power bill. I thought, okay, however you want to do it.
So if we were to make let's just say for years of service in the honor guard, to recognize, you know, Homer doing this for 20 years, and there's a recommendation to them that they would honor them with a gift. We gave them $10,000 and left it up to them to determine
Yes.
financial, you know, honorarium within their own organization. Does that keep it kind of clean for us?
Yeah, that keeps it entirely off of us for, you know, having to report payments or anything, because we're just donating to the entity and it's their discretion to expend according to their plan.
You know what? That's what I prefer to do, because you're determining years of service and, you know, who's who's been really active in the organization and that's what I like. And then it doesn't become messy with the, you know, at least for us, for tax purposes and that kind of thing, but Mike?
I believe the same thing would go for if we wanted them to give gas cards to their members who were going to events. Or at least we pay them for their gas. And it could come out of a donation just like that. They handle it.
Carol?
Yeah, I think some, like Ruthie said, some criteria, because I don't want any of them to feel like, well, gall, if I take this, I'm taking this away from the whole group. I mean, I want them to know that we appreciate what they do for our people, and that's why I thought it was important that the council give the money to honor them, so they'll take it, because some won't, and that's just my thought.
That's very true. Mr. Chairman, if I could, I just want to acknowledge the efforts of the Honor Guard because, you know, as we all know, you know, many of us with military serving people in our families, to reach out and ask for their attendance is really important. And they've serviced our family, and it's always, you know, you just count on it happening and being there. So, you know, I'm just really publicly and personally grateful for that, and hope that they can continue to get some more new people coming in, because as they're saying, you know, we're all getting older, not younger, and it's quite a duty to have to carry on, you know, just to outfit them in their uniforms and their stuff is not cheap, and you got to keep that up and stay, you know, up to date on, you know, what they do. And so it is a very honorable service, and one that I hope we can help assist them in continuing.
Absolutely. I think that's why it's good to, you know, I would, you know, I've been to services where the most significant thing was the Honor Guard. Absolutely. And the comments and statements from the Honor Guard. And so to think that we've been only donating $1,000 is
That's all they asked
so
for. I told him to
inefficient.
ask for more.
So
I
underappreciated.
said, you need to ask for more.
Yeah. So yeah, I would strongly recommend that we have a, you know, whether it's $25,000 a year, that we make a donation to the Honor Guard, and then you do that, but they know it's from us. You know, that's the important thing. That's what I would look at. But yeah, go ahead, Homer.
Mr. Chairman, I agree. I appreciate all the comment, and I think that probably we need to go back and get amongst ourselves and decide. Some of these people work, and so we know that they're not available to us. I think we could go back and put some numbers up and say, if you fall out at least 60% of the time to our functions, especially the military services that we have, that put some kind of number in there that we'll award you with, like Carol was saying, $250 or $500 award or something. I think we can do that. And we understand, like I said, some of these people just can't fall out all the time. So I think we can go back and put some numbers together and recognize some of these guys and hopefully keep them coming, because we are getting a little long on the tooth in the Honor Guard.
Well, the other thing that I found that was interesting to me was where there was a veteran and you know what the federal government was actually contributing to that service, that real tiny little amount to help with funeral costs. And in comparison to having the Honor Guard there to have that recognition, it just that's worth so much more to me. That's me personally, but so, you know, kudos to those who do follow up, those that do show up and they're coming and participating and providing that that is a tremendous service. Really is. Yeah, Mike?
I know we were so thankful when you came to my dad's funeral a good number of years ago, and the folks who showed up at that should have got paid 20 times what it's worth, because the snow was flying sideways. It was April 18th and it was just terrible blizzard out. So thankful for you guys.
Well, it's not just the services, it's the events, it's the parades, it's the, you know, dedications for this or, it's a collage of representation that makes us proud, especially when we have our membership that are part of that. So. Could be, yeah.
And then, Mr. Chairman, I just want to mention too, one of their past helpers was Rose Tillier, and she did a lot of work to support the organization, you know, have them help sell 50/50s and do a lot of fundraising and kind of keep them organized. And I just think about that now as they're, you know, trying to muster and get themselves kind of reorganized. I mean, it takes a little while after you lose people like that, and her grandpa Leo or her dad. I mean, it's just people like that that they really have a passion to keep it going, and it's good that it's still going on. So I just want to invite the honor guard and all the members, if any of them are available Saturday, to please come over to the college. We're going to start the honoring and recognition at 4:30. We invite everybody. You don't have to be a tribal member or a member of our tribe, but anybody who is a veteran or has military service and wants to come and attend and be recognized. And then we have dinner after that, and we have drawings for door prizes for just them. They're the only ones that can get in the drawing. We try to hope everybody that's there can walk away with something. So we're anxious to have that done Saturday. So I hope y'all, we're starting in the afternoon at 1, but the honoring event itself will start at 4:30. So if you just want to drop in for that, we'd be honored. So
You know, Ruth,
people get busy.
thank you for doing that. Thank
Yeah.
you for stepping up and doing
Looking
the
forward to
powwow.
Yeah, I just hope it's not snowing or really awful out. Yeah. And
Might be
that was
raining.
kind of in deference to the honor guard and others, because Veterans Day is actually next Saturday. And a lot of them they're already committed, they're doing things. And so we kind of feel bad that we were having the event pretty on or close to that. And then we weren't able to get them in because they were already busy. So we chose to do that this year. We hope it works out good.
Good, thank you. Well, much for that.
Mhm.
All right, so $1 million is what you need, right? Is that it? No.
No, thanks.
I think the honor guard and legionnaires would be most appreciative of anything that they would receive, because it has not happened before.
Yeah, well, on behalf of my two brothers, I think it's priceless, the service you do, so.
Thank you.
Thank you, and so I think we just need to determine the amount. I think Lynn brought up $25,000 annually to make a donation to the organization, and I concur with that. Establish that as soon as possible, and then you determine how you want to do that in the most reputable and honoring way that you can for people that are providing that. You know, a lot of people can't, but you know, it's also recruitment for get new faces in there. Yeah. Can if you want. Motion by Ellie to make a permanent donation of $25,000 to the honor guard. Second by Len. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all is in favor? Unanimous? And that'll come out of the council pay? No, I'm just joking. This is up next.
That's my next, no.
Thank you.
Hey.
I don't,
So you got a little homework to do, you know, figure out how you're gonna do that.
well, we'll work it over. We'll get after it.
Jacking up our donation 1,000% for you.
Fine. I really appreciate everything you do. And years ago when you gave us the medals. We got the Veteran Warrior medals. That was great. Thank you for that. I tried to get them before the guy has passed on. I can't seem to get those again. Oh, great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
Mr. Chairman, but I
And
can
council.
when you're done.
Yes, I will. Get it back.
Thank
I'll
you.
mail it back.
Okay. Thank you.
Ruth, is yours in executive?
Tribal Council. Pay plan effective January 5th, and the effective date for longevity is the first quarterly meeting for which the elected council members are sworn in, and then the other additional clarification details of
Complete terms.
complete
for credit.
terms.
I think
Okay.
it's probably the best way to say that.
Yeah, Carol?
I don't know how to say, there's something political about this that I think we should take action when we do our employees. I don't like the idea of putting myself first. I think the consideration for their should come along with it rather than just us. Looks like we're thinking about ourselves. I mean, that's just my thought, but that's what it looks like. I'm feeding my face before I consider the employees.
You're talking about the cost of living increase? I don't know what their schedule is, Carol.
I know, but
Yes, Greg would know what their schedule is for any kind of cost of living increase.
I was conferring with
That's
Ruth,
like the
and,
beginning of the fiscal year, isn't it?
you may consider approving it contingent upon the tribe-wide implementation.
there you go. I like that.
Yeah, for the that part, the other part though is very clear. We would solid action on the full term or longevity credit. And whatever we do would be effective, that count date would be on the first meeting of the quarter of January, the year that they're elected. There's no wishy-washy thing with that, but that clear as mud. Hey, Jennifer? No, go ahead, Ruth.
I was asking Greg if we had gone back to CPI adjustments on employee pay because I thought it was removed. So I'm unclear about that. So I couldn't intelligently comment right now because I'm going by that understanding.
Kind of was reflected to pay scale.
Correct.
Right.
Because those adjustments would,
We're not
would have
part
that.
of pay scale.
and I guess, Mr. Chairman, if the methodology was as it used to be for that, it's gonna be about the same. It would be my assumption. Because you're looking at the same index and it just depends on which period you look at and when you're gonna put it into effect, but I guess I would for myself like clarification because in the budgeting process, we don't have programs budgeted for it. They just budget for pay increases based on
Right.
merit.
For a saying from your dad, fattest hog to the trough, something.
That sounds like him, huh, Tom?
We could do the action with the caveat that Greg mentioned, or do it as proposed. Just do it as proposed. Okay, well then I would entertain a motion. Jennifer, Motion to do what I said before? Is there a second? Second by Len. Any further discussion? No discussion, all's in favor, show of hands. You're there? Okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Thanks much.
Thank you for your diligence on that.
Mark would like executive.
Okay, we're gonna move into executive.
We have a request for the warming center. If you guys would be willing, or if we could get it waived for the background check. We have approximately 7 people we need to background check. It's gonna take a minimum of 2 weeks to get those background checks back. If I can conweb these individuals and find out make sure they don't have anything in the last 5 years, get them started, get their background checks done. If there's something that comes back on the background checks, then terminate their contracts at that point in time. Because we have 7 people, we're supposed to be staffing 24 hours a day. We're not gonna have the staff to run it if we don't do something like this.
And out of those 7, 4 of them were previous workers. They just need to have a renewed background check. Let me say it that way. So we're not asking you to waive it completely. We're gonna background check them. It's just the timing factor. Okay.
So the motion would be to allow the immediate hire employees to man the warming station. Not waiving the background check, but allowing them to start and work until the background check is formalized and then officially hire them. So would they be emergency hires right away?
Yes, they would be.
Because you only need 2 weeks, and emergency hires 30 days.
We could do them under TEA. That would be fine. And then we'll bring them in after the background check. It's just so that, because we know that within the next 2 weeks, the temperatures are gonna drop back down again into the 19s and 18s.
Don't tell me that, because I got a sewer line I gotta dig up and I wanna get that done. Yeah. Okay, council consider waiving, the need for not, you know what the action is? Okay, I would entertain a motion. Motion by Ellie, second by Carol. Sorry. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all's in favor? I got 7-4, 1 abstention. Len?
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Then we move back into executive session, I believe, Mark, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Session. Go ahead, Mark.
Tribal Lands would like to bring to the table, Postal Rural Fire Station, as an action item to approve, looking into a potential lease on the Rocky Point property with further discussion with KCC and the local neighbors real quick, just to make sure that having a structure there is not going to be, but we would like just to be able to move forward with that.
Motion by Len to approve the, looking into the potential lease for the Olson Rural Fire out on Rocky Point. Second by Jennifer. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Unanimous. Pardon?
Okay, the next item, that Tribal Lands would like to bring in is the Donna Jones purchase to get a caretaker put in there for the intermeeting until we get a better plan. And it would be an elder that's going into that house,
Tribal elder.
tribal elder.
Motion by Terry, second by Jennifer. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? That's how you move your head. Okay. Unanimous.
The last item on would be to approve the new Tribal Lands logo to state Salish, Kootenai, and Pend d'Oreille tribes, the Confederated Tribes on the logo. And we will look at another option too of having two different ones, a black one, bison, and a white big medicine. SKQ.
Motion by Len, second by Jimmy. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all is in favor? Unanimous.
With that, that was everything for Land Committee, and I thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Brian Upton would like executive.
Okay, we'll move back into executive. Go ahead,
I
Len.
think on that project, I'd like to see the firm meet with Kootenai Culture, our Kootenai elders, and get comment from them on how they want to see this pavilion designed. So,
Okay.
and I'll make a motion. Well, if we didn't, it would be the same result anyway.
Motion by Len to approve the contract, second by Jimmy. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all is in favor? Unanimous. Good to go on that one.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Move back into executive session. All right. Public Law 280. Council approve of the state edits. Motion by Ellie to approve, second by Jennifer. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all's in favor? Unanimous? And then council approval of us signing on, given that there wouldn't be any additional changes. Motion by Ellie. Second by Jennifer. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all is in favor? Unanimous? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Council.
Back into executive.